are so excited to have another episode of On the Subject. I'm your host, Michael Vilardo, co-founder and CEO of subject.com. You know where to find us. And we're here to highlight the most innovative educators across the country. We are in the heart of California at the Association of California Superintendents and Administrators in Monterey, California. Beautiful place. And we congregate every January to highlight innovative educators and how we can better educate our state. We have Dr. R. Ramiro, who's also from LA, lifelong Angeleno, and he is a superintendent at Los Nietos. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
My pleasure. Having a wonderful time here in Monterey, California.
Absolutely. And so we always love to start with the why education. Why did you dedicate your life to helping kids?
I see education as more of a vocation, calling, because I had some really awesome teachers in my life that inspired me, and then some not so great teachers that also inspired me. I decided education was a way to help children, families improve their own lives and make this community and world a better place by empowering them.
I love that. And I always say, like, teachers and coaches are the heroes of society. They're helping young people. And I like how you touched on, even some of the negative experiences you may have had impact you. I think about that a lot with myself. Some of the teachers and coaches I didn't get along with, I said, I'd love to get in their shoes to be able to help more young people. What's it like? Because you had mentioned off camera that you were at LAUSD and now you're at Los Nietos. How has it been able to, impact so many students over the course of your year? And thank you so much for your service. You impacted thousands of people who impact hundreds of thousands, if not millions. That's a
Correct.
butterfly effect of education.
It is. I refer to it as that ripple of hope, like throwing a little stone into the water and it radiates out to the community. It's been an amazing experience for sure. Like you said, I was in Los Angeles Unified for close to 18 years. I was a student, a teacher's assistant, teacher, dean, administrator, all the way up. And I got to work with some of my teachers who were my teachers when I was a student and then became their administrator and then supervised them. So it was quite the experience to work side by side with some of my former teachers. Being in a large district like Los Angeles Unified was an amazing experience because we impacted so many kids. But now I have the honor of serving as a superintendent for Los Nietos School District, one of the oldest in California since 1861.
1861, you heard it here first.
Yes. And because we're small, my students know my name and I know them by name. My families can call me. I'm a crazy superintendent that gives every single parent and employee my personal cell number. They can call or text me anytime.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, you're even moving me. And, this is probably our 20th or 30th podcast episode by now. But to hear that actual personal care, and it's all about texting now. As you know, look, we're on a podcast, the content. So many emails get ignored. How many cold emails do you get a day? Actually curious.
Hundreds.
Yep. Yeah.
Hundreds.
I always tell our team, like, they're superintendents, you got to get their cell phone because it's a cell phone game now. And so the fact that you're willing to text or call your families and your students, that means the world to them. And what do you think for you, you're in TK through 8 right now. And then at LUSD, obviously it's, 600,000 students. What are some of the new trends you're seeing in education for these Gen Z and Gen Alpha? And now Gen Beta is born this year. What's different about these students versus millennials?
I think what's different is that the new generations are focused on different skill sets. It's become that pendulum, right? Going back to being able to interact with others, being able to problem solve, being able to work collaborative, being resourceful. Encyclopedias are gone.
Yeah.
AI is in.
Yes.
Right? So teaching kids what resources are available so that you're more efficient with your time, but also being able to show empathy, being able to embrace diversity, because the world is diverse. It's a global economy and has been for a long time. So we have to give students those opportunities to go outside of their own families, their communities, to the entire world. So those are some of the differences we're experiencing.
Yeah, I know. I love what you just mentioned about the AI is in piece. I talk about a lot with our team and just young people in general that the creative arts are coming back.
Yes.
How can you be more design centric, marketing, ability to communicate? We've really tried to lean in and say, let's do more video and audio submissions. Show your mastery of thought, show the way that you're thinking about things, because now AI can spit out just about any type of product, which is great. Let's use it to our advantage, but you need to show that you have opinions and can communicate your ideas. When you grew up in LA, what district did you go to LUC?
I did.
What neighborhood did you grow up in?
In East LA, Garfield High School, the whole Stand and Deliver story, Oscar the Lloyd.
Oh, nice.
I was a student there and spent a lot of my career all the way through the career as a student, a teacher's assistant, teacher, and administrator at Garfield High in East LA.
I love that. Are you a Dodgers fan?
I'm a Dodgers fan for sure. Go Dodgers.
Yeah, no, it's a great place to grow up. And LA, to your point earlier about diversity, it's so beautiful because in LA, you walk down the street and you see people of all different types, and you really understand the power of being able to harness different cultures.
Sure.
And when you aren't in those communities, sometimes you're a little bit more confused and don't understand how powerful it is to have different perspectives. How have you been able to harness that in your district and be able to elevate those diverse voices?
So one way is we say voice is important, and we're teaching kids to become influencers, right? To show
Yes.
empathy. So we, as a school district, I'm so proud of my board and school district, chose to make a student a board member
That's
at the middle
amazing.
school level. They sit on the dais, they're part of the decision making, they get to do their reports. So when we say student voice matters, we really mean it. Another way is the importance of cultural diversity can manifest in different ways through food. So our kitchens do scratch kitchen. Our students eat chilaquiles,
I gotta
pusas,
go to this lunch.
pozole, and it's really culturally relevant. So when kids get in line, they're like excited to eat. And our employees get excited to bring their own experience culture through a meal to help make sure kids are fed well to succeed academically. So it's all culturally relevant. We are really focused on wellness. That's a new push for the new generations. So we have walking clubs in the morning where mom, dad can
Nice.
walk with kids and other employees all together as a family to promote wellness, be healthy. Test scores do not define our children. There are other ways that they can manifest how brilliant they are. And one of them is through music. We have a keyboard lab where kids are like composing and making these beats.
Oh, I love it. You see,
Yeah.
you're leaning in into the future. You got the next EDM DJ at your campus.
Oh, yes, we did. We have a cybersecurity program where our kids are working with an engineer from Boeing. Our kids get to identify cyber threats, know how to problem solve them, go to the FBI building. A very young age, they're prepared for not only high school, real college, and beyond. So we're really proud of what we're doing at Los Nietos School District. It's an amazing place to be.
I'm so impressed by what you're doing, and the way that you're helping students be more well-rounded is incredible. You mentioned it well. Standardized tests doesn't define a student. The people that I've seen have a lot of success in the working world. It usually comes down to grit, and are you willing to put the work in? And music, sports, those are such great avenues to teach that grit, not just failing a student and making them feel bad about themselves. Have them be able to define themselves by how they get back up and move through those gritty experiences. And so
Absolutely.
we're really excited about what you're doing here and so honored about what you've been able to accomplish. What is one way that best end this podcast by thinking of a student or teacher that you've interacted with and giving them a shout out?
Wow. I think that quote about people don't always remember what you said or what they taught you, but they do remember how you made them feel. I had teachers made me feel good about myself, who I was, that lifted me up and inspired me to be that teacher. So I'm very thankful to that teacher, Mr. Lopez. He's retired
Mr.
now.
Lopez, we are
Yes,
so
Daniel
thankful for you,
Lopez.
how you impacted this incredible educator. Let's really have that gratitude together. And I'm so appreciative of you being able to share your story. I can't wait for more people to hear and be inspired by what you've been able to accomplish in your career. And if there's ever anything subject to help you, we're here for you. But this is another incredible episode of On the Subject. We can't wait to release this. Remember, click subscribe, like down below. We're really trying to get our YouTube subscriptions and Spotify followers up. And thank you so much for all you do for students. We are so indebted to you and hope you have a great rest of your time in Monterey.
Thank you. Likewise.